Welcome back to the Wrestless podcast. I'm Haadi, and today we're doing a tier list. So right now you see some tier rankings, some S, A, B, C, F, and don't know that ho. Now, if you're wondering what this tier list is about, the little brand and used for development for WWE superstars called NXT, but not just NXT in general. We are just ranking NXT 2.0 superstars and strictly superstars from NXT 2.0. So if they're in NXT 2.0, but they came from the old NXT, they're not going to be on this list. So let's go ahead and get started. If you'd seen any of my older tier lists, I just go in order from start to finish and start ranking these people straight off the bat. Here, let's go ahead and just zoom out here so we can see the full playing field. Who do we have first? I know I just zoomed out, but I'm about to zoom in so I can read these names. Amari Miller. Uh, eh, Back when I did my first tier list, which was ranking 2023 women's roster, Amari Miller was on that list, and I put her in the F category. I remember the bottom category. I believe I labeled it as dog shit. Simply off the fact that I don't know her. I think she's been injured, to be honest, and out of action. So I'm gonna put her in the don't know that hoe category. So Amari Miller, I hope the future is bright for her because I don't really know much about her. So I hope to see more. Next we have is Andre Chase from Chase University, Chase U. Chase U has been kind of like in my opinion, like the face of NXT 2.0 and kind of what it represents, adding more character work, adding more storyline elements to it, less focused on the pro wrestling aspect and kind of bringing that entertainment factor to NXT, which NXT 2.0 is all about. And because of that, I really enjoy that stuff. I know not everyone was a fan of NXT 2.0 when it launched, but I'm a big fan of entertainment over technical skill. For me, like my favorite superstars of all time, we're just really focused solely on that entertainment aspect. Like think about right now, I'm really a big fan of LA Knight, especially when he was in NXT. And why is that? He's entertaining. Really, honestly, could not give a shit about the in-ring ability, although he is great. He is fantastic. Uh, really didn't give a shit. But Andre Chase is entertaining. He's funny. I like Chase U. I don't think it's like the best thing ever, but like I said, he does really embody what NXT 2.0 is about and Chase U as a whole. So I'm putting him in the A tier. So I feel pretty good about that. Amari Miller in the don't know that hoe category. Andre Chase in the A tier. What else we got? Ava Rain. Now, if you don't know, Ava Rain is the daughter of a legendary wrestler. Some of you may know him, some may maybe don't know him, but if you smell, it's The Rock. She is the daughter of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. She has not done much yet in NXT. She is the leader of a group. Um, I'm forgetting the name of it now, but they're currently feuding with Chase U, and she is the leader of it. Joe Gacy's in it. That dude with the weird eye thing going on, the bald dude, kind of like a skinny Kane. Because she hasn't done much, I'm gonna put her in the C tier. But I'm actually really excited to see what she does because she currently has a presence on the mic. She's not really doing much, so hopefully something better for her in the future. Who is this next person? Let's scroll up. By the way, this list was made by Oozing Neon, so make sure to go and give them some love for making this list. Oh, Boa. I I totally forgot Boa was in NXT. I've not seen him in a minute. Because I don't honestly remember anything Boa has done or is doing right now, I'm gonna go and put him in the F tier category. I would put him in Don't Know the Hell, but I know Boa by name. So just F tier. Next we have the current NXT champion, Braun Breaker. Now, Braun Breaker is something of a decisive like element in NXT right now. He's controversial. Some people really love him. Some people don't like him at all. Some people compare him to Goldberg. He's having this Goldberg-esque run right now in NXT, defending that championship. He's held it for over a year now. I wonder who's gonna defend it against at Stand and Deliver, which is coming shortly, less than a month now. He just finished up a feud, I believe, with Jinder Mahal and Indus Sher. He just recently teamed up with the Creed brothers. Uh, you know what? I actually do like Braun Breaker and his title reign. I know he's been dominating, but he is great in the ring. I think he's pretty entertaining. Uh, he's a lot like his father, Rick Steiner. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Braun Breaker in the A tier. Fun fact: I was actually at the Monday Night Raw when Braun Breaker won back the NXT title from Dolph Ziggler. The Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. Really interesting to see like how they put that match on Raw and then like never heard of the NXT Championship on Raw ever again. Braun Breaker was like sometimes on main event, sometimes on Raw. Dolph Ziggler at the time was coming down to NXT, won the NXT Championship, had that great triple threat with Ciampa and Braun Breaker. Who's this next guy? Oops. Brooks Jensen. Brooks Jensen, I believe, is in he's part of that tag team with the other dude who's their girlfriends are currently the women's tag team champions, Fallon Henley and the other one. Brooks Jensen is I like their segments that they have. They're entertaining. The in-ring ability I don't really like know about. Don't really like see many of their matches. Uh so I'm gonna put them in the C tier. They're not terrible. I mean, although I will say like Boa's not terrible. I just nothing memorable here going on. Brooks Jensen, I remember like I have some memory of some segments like the party they threw for like again Fallon Henley and I want to know the other name. I wonder if she's on here. There's Fallon Henley right there. Where is her tag team partner? What is her name? Ooh, good list here, by the way. Like, just checking out these superstars. Like, I really like NXT 2.0. I find it really fun, really entertaining. I don't see her currently. So, oh, there's Kiana James. Kiana James. I believe Kiana James was the so and so cheater. I believe it was proven recently that she was not cheating. Here, let's move on anyway. Brutus Creed, part of the Creed brothers who are part of Diamond Mine. Brutus Creed is dope. I love the cannonball splash he does. I like the Creed brothers, like pure wrestling tag team. I love tag teams in general. I believe like having solid tag teams is an important part of any mid card. I think right now the main roster and NXT is thriving with tag teams. So many of them. Too bad those undisputed tag titles are like tied up just with the Usos right now. But after Mania, maybe we'll see them get split up again. But anyway, Brutus Creed, I'm gonna put him in the B tier, just because I like Diamond Mine. I like the Creed brothers. Brutus is I like his move set. I like him as a wrestler. He's entertaining, but he's not nearly on these guys' level yet. And we have not seen anyone in the S tier yet. Will that change? Who do we have next? Channing Lorenzo. I know he's with Tony D'Angelo. I really like don't know him like that. Like I haven't seen him do anything in the ring. I love the mob mafia style segments that Tony D'Angelo does, the vignettes. I'm gonna go ahead and put him in the F tier. Just that's that. Well, ladies and gents, we have our first S tier and it's Cora Jade. Now, if you went back and watched the women's tier list, the very first tier list I did on the Wrestless YouTube channel, you notice that I put Cora Jade into my personal favorites of all women's wrestling right now. Cora Jade is entertaining. She is a great heel as well as a great face. And I think that's a real tough thing to do in this industry is to master both. Be a great face and be a great heel. And she's so young. She's only getting started. I really can't wait to see what else she does in NXT and also what she's gonna do on the main roster. I think she's gonna be a really valuable asset for this company in the future. Cora Jay's awesome. I know like kind of reminds me of a of AJ Lee a little bit, and that she's so great in the ring. She has that kind of like punk rock persona. She comes out on the little like long like skateboard, and who could forget? Who could remember? I'm fumbling my words. Who could forget that botch skateboard hit she had on Roxanne Perez, where she's trying to hit Roxanne with the skateboard and it breaks in half right before it hits Roxanne Perez. But next we have Damon Kemp. Damon Kemp was formerly part of Diamond Mine, and he's the one who turned heel on Diamond Mine and the Creed brothers. I believe he just finished up a feud with the Creed brothers. He is on the same level as Brutus, in my opinion. Big, burly guys who are strong, who are fast, athletic, great in ring technical ability, entertaining promos. I think they made the right choice by having Damon go heel. Damon is great on the mic so far. There's definitely like when it comes to promo work, there's different levels to it as you see at NXT compared to the main roster. NXT, you're in front of a crowd of about 100 people who are more or less die-hard wrestling fans, so they kind of cheer more for everything. It's not as hard to be over in NXT. On the main roster, you're sitting in front of like families who some of them who don't really watch wrestling on the basis. It's hard to get them to care. And that's why I think like Damon Kemp, he's great in NXT. I don't know if he can be that great on the main roster, to be honest. Who do we have next? Who is that? Zoom in on that boy. Dante Chen. Woo. I don't know that boy. I don't know that hoe. Dante Chen. If Dante Chen ever watches this, well, thank you, Dante Chen, for checking this out, but I don't know who the fuck you are. Next, we have Duke Hudson. Duke Hudson, part of Chase U. I feel a Duke Hudson heel turn coming soon on Chase U, so I'm really excited for that. I'm gonna go also put him in the A tier. I'm a big fan of Chase U, as mentioned before. Who is that dude? I should have read his name earlier. Idris Inote. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Idris, I don't know that hoe. Don't know who you are. I hope to know who you are. As I'm trying to watch NXT a little bit more and more, I've kind of been out of the loop for a couple weeks. But Idris, I hope to see more of you. Next, we have Elektra Lopez, the former manager of Legado del Fantasma. When Legado made their main roster debut, we noticed Elektra was not there. She was left behind in NXT, replaced by Zelina Vega. I think that was a good move, to be honest. I think Elektra Lopez is still developing as a superstar. I think she's actually extremely talented. She's someone that I'm gonna go ahead and put in the B tier. I like her promos. I like that she kind of had that thing back in the day when like Legado was in NXT with Zion Quinn, that whole thing going on, the whole storyline. I found it pretty entertaining. She's having kind of like that teacher versus that mentor versus mentee kind of storyline right now. Don't really care for it too much. I hope to see more of it like develop better. So for that reason, she's a B tier. Next, we have Fallon Henley, current women's tag team champions. They had to, I'm putting her in C tier specifically. Just all I know about Fallon Henley and Kiana James is the match they had with Kaden Chance and Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. It was a decent match, fun. Uh, and they have that storyline right now with those two bros who one of them is supposedly cheating, proven false. Don't really know much else. Next we have Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller, one of the best heels in the business. He is someone that legit you can put him on the main roster, and I think he'll run. Like I mentioned before when talking about Damon Kemp, there's different levels to this when you go NXT to main roster. And I think Grayson Waller is someone who could actually thrive on the main roster. We saw when he kind of came up to Raw to like feud with AJ Styles to bring it back to NXT. He did awesome stuff with that. Grayson Waller balled out in that War Games match, the old NXT versus the new. That was a dope match. Grayson Waller is the future, not only NXT, but of the main roster itself. Can't wait to see more things. One more thing about Grayson Waller though, the feud he had with LA Knight in NXT, one of my favorite NXT feuds. Hands down, awesome match, awesome feud. Who do we have next? Guru Raj. Guru Raj, I don't know you. And for that reason, I don't know that hoe. You're in that category. Boy. Hank Walker's. Hank Walker is a tag team partner of Brooke Jensen. I believe so, but I know when I see these pair on the screen, I like Brooke Jensen more than Hank Walker. Go ahead and put them in the F tier. I don't really know much about them. Don't really care much about them. Yeah, that's about it. All right, now this dude. Zoom in. Look at his face. Look at his beautiful face. This dude, Ikemen Jiro. Ikemen Jiro. I see this dude on NXT all the time. Don't know much about him, but just know that when he comes on the screen, I pay attention. He has like this charismatic kind of aura about him that just makes me want to watch him wrestle, be on the screen. He's entertaining. He wears colorful jackets. He's fun. For that reason, B tier. Don't know much else. We have Ilya Dragunov, A tier. Who could forget the classic he put on with Walter back in NXT UK. Right now he's feuding with JD McDonough, who's also one of my favorites. I love what they're doing right now. Ilya Dragunov, JD McDonough, Tyler Bate. Love everything they're doing. Ella Dawn, C tier. She had that feud with Alba Fire. I think they're like tagging now or something. I don't even know. Don't really care. So C tier. Ivy Nile. Ivy Nile's B tier. She is hella shredded. She looks tough. She looks buff. To me, she was kind of like the X Factor of Diamond Mine. I thought she was like really cool. I think she could be something really special part of the women's division coming up in the future. So I hope to see something more out of Ivy now. I like what she's doing right now. Just want to see a little bit more. Next we have JC Jane, former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion, former member of the trio of Toxic Attraction with Gigi Dolan and Mandy Rose, now fired Mandy Rose. JC Jane is in my opinion, the better promo out of her and Gigi Dolan. Probably better in ring ability. I think Gigi Dolan gets a lot more attention because of like the physical attractiveness, which is actually an important part of being a superstar. This is why like people train so hard to look the way they do. This is why people you often you see the men shave their whole bodies so the muscle definition can look better. The physical attractiveness of a superstar actually is important when determining like how great you will be as a superstar. And for that reason, like I actually think JC Jane is great, but Gigi Dolan's definitely a lot more over. Next, who is that? Javier Bernal. I know him kind of, but I don't know him, so don't know that boy. Next, we have Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy, go ahead and put that in that A tier. One second. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Did I put Hank Walker with Brooks Jensen when it's actually Josh Briggs? I think it's actually Josh Briggs. All right, then I don't know this dude. And then I'm putting this dude after. Let's do that quickly. Julius Creed. Yeah, you guys did not see nothing there. Julius Creed. B tier. Actually, fuck that. Julius Creed is in the C tier. Oh no, he's in the B tier. These brothers, they're so these three right here. Diamond Mine. All of Diamond Mine so far is B tier. Shout out to Malcolm Bivens in AEW. What's his name in AEW? I don't even know. I watch AEW actually more than I do NXT. I should know, right? But Julius Creed, again, just like Brutus, super talented in the ring, great technical wrestler, has some things to work on the mic, bring that entertainment factor up a little bit. I think when you move up to the main roster, you need to be super well rounded. Great in the ring, great draw, super entertaining. Kind of be the complete package. Have the look. So the Creed brothers can be that someday. Like I said, I love tag team wrestling. I love what they're doing at NXT with the Creed bros. So good luck to them. Next we have Kiana James. Kiana James could be the F tier. I think I think Fallon Henley's the better of the two. And we can just leave it at that. Ooh, next we have Lash Legend. Lash Legend is a B tier. She has put on some Lash Legend. The first time I saw her, immediately I thought like she sucks in the ring. But the reason I'm putting it in the B tier is just how much she has improved over time. You can tell she's really putting in the work and training hard to be way better. And she has charisma. She has this incredible size too. Like her physique is amazing. I think Lash Legend is a great personality on NXT. I don't know if this character can really translate to the main roster though. But strictly speaking, NXT, Lash Legend, great job. Is improving every day, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for her. Next, we have Malik Blade. Don't know that hoe. We have Oro Mensa. Don't know that hoe. Oh my god. Oh my god. This freaking dude. Excuse me. Quincy Elliott. This past Tuesday on NXT. Today is, by the way, today's NXT probably just happened tonight. Last week NXT. Today, by the way, is March 14th. I'm recording this. So last week on NXT, I saw Quincy Jones return, back his opponent into the corner, put him. He got on top of the rope in the corner and began to pummel another man with his titties. I've never seen that in wrestling. I've never seen another man beat the shit out of another man with his titties. And for that reason, Quincy Jones is a B tier. Oh shit! It automatically put him in A tier. See what I'm saying? They love him, but B tier. I like the character. I like the eccentric nature of him. Uh, Quincy Elliott, cool. Next we have, I think Quincy Elliott was out with some type of allegation, maybe. At least this is what I've heard. I don't really know. Next we have Nikita Leon. Nikita Lyons, I believe she's called. She's B tier. Like Lash Legend, she's improving every day. And obviously what I mentioned before about like the physical attractiveness, she has a big rump that she's very well known for in her finishing move, which is like the split pin. She's very athletic. She has amazing kicks. So I think she just hasn't put it all together yet. She has the look. She has the ability. Like she's starting to work on it. She's not super great on the mic as we've seen, but things to come. Soul Ruka. Oh man, I can't tell you how much like I'm such a big fan of Soul Ruka. I think Soul Ruka is awesome. She is a natural athlete. She's very personable, very likable as a face, so I'm glad they went with that. She really could be the future of women's wrestling. I love that initiative took by NXT to bring in athletes who are not innately like who did not train to be wrestlers, who are now training to be wrestlers, just athletic people in general, basketball players, track stars, gymnasts like Soul Ruka, surfers, and just kind of like groom them to be wrestlers. So I think Soul Ruka is awesome. She's been doing great work on NXT. Her matches with Zoe Starks, her matches with I believe she was down here. I think she had a match with Tatum Paisley. So yeah, big things out of Soul Ruka. Oh, she beat Alba Fire. Like, and her finisher, the Soul Crusher, right? I think it's called the Soul Crusher, which is kind of like the off the ropes inverted RKO. Next, we got Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez, I have a little hometown bias. She's a Houston girl like me. Oh, well, I'm a Houston boy. Pardon me. Roxanne Perez, she trained at Reality of Wrestling with Booker T. I'm a big fan of her. She's champion right now. She just put on a great match with Meiko Satomura, who's one of my favorite wrestlers right now as well. Um, yeah, Roxanne Perez is cool. She's not really like I think Cora Jade is the better. They had the feud. I think Cora Jade is the better wrestler, better entertainer, in my opinion. Who do we have next? We have Tatum Paisley. I don't really know much about Tatum Paisley, to be honest. Let's put her F tier. We have Thea Hale or Thea Hall. Thea Hale from Chase U. Entertaining, so funny, so great in all her segments and all her matches. She went on that incredible losing streak. I think she's awesome. So A tier. Tiffany Stratton. Oops. Tiffany Stratton is a S tier. Again, someone who's not a wrestler, brought in as an athlete, and trained to be a wrestler, and is turning out to be awesome. Character work, great. Great promos, great character work, super entertaining. And gosh darn it, she may have the best somersault in the industry right now. That is amazing. Tiffany Stratton, it's kind of awesome. Like to see you can looking at this list, you can see that the women's division in NXT has been strong for the past couple years and will continue to be strong because like it is amazing right now. Tiffany Stratton, like I said about so many other women here, she may be the future face of NXT, and I think she could translate very well to the main roster. She kind of reminds me of a Tori Wilson. If Tori Wilson was ever a heel, I usually remember Tori Wilson as a face because come on, look how over she was. But Tiffany Stratton's super entertaining, super great. Next we have Tony D'Angelo. Boy, get in that S tier. Tony D'Angelo, so great. The man to put away Ciampa on the NXT roster. You know, he retired Ciampa from NXT. He put on classic matches. I loved his performance in the War Games, NXT Black and Gold versus NXT 2.0. Tony D'Angelo is super entertaining. You know, he has those great vignettes. Okay, who's next? Who's next? Trick Williams. Trick Williams, the side bitch of Carmelo Hayes. I like Trick Williams. I think he's entertaining as fuck. His in ring not super memorable. I like him a lot on the mic. B tier. What else we got? What else we got? Valentina. What's her name? Rose. Is this the daughter of? Is this the daughter of Santino Marella? I feel like I'm mistaking her. So F. I've seen a couple of matches on Level Up. If you guys ever watch Level Up, which is kind of like the new 205 Live, kind of like the pre-show, the main event for NXT. Next we have Von Wagner. Von Wagner is someone who made appearances on the main roster but didn't do much. He's good. He is like the look, the size, the ability. He's with Robert Stone for some reason though. I think when you are with Robert Stone, that's kind of a sign that like they might not think much of you. So I'm just gonna put him in B tier. I think he's cool. Wendy Chu, A tier. Hella entertaining, hella funny. Puts on funny matches, and she's someone like you like to see on the screen for sure. Zion Quinn, C tier. I don't really remember much about Zion Quinn other than these ugly ass tattoos, in my opinion, and the kind of feud he had with Legado del Fantasma, but that was more NXT earlier. Next we have, last but not least, who's that? Yulissa Leon. Sad to finish like this, but Yulissa Leon. I don't know that hoe. Okay, let's look at this tier list so far. We only have 4 people in the S tier, that being Cora Jade, Grayson Waller, Tiffany Stratton, and Tony D'Angelo. I feel like these might be some bold takes, so if you agree, please let me know. If you disagree, go ahead and put it down in the comments, and I'll go ahead and let you know why you're wrong. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and go ahead and listen to our podcast on Spotify. We just released episode 6 a couple days ago. It was a good one. We talked about wrestling video games, so make sure to go ahead and check us out and give us 5 stars on Spotify. And as always, guys, stay restless.
Yay, 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 yay，也没错，我是特别另类的，就不是他每天嘴上必备的，也没错，我是特别另类的，那么你不懂就我不懂，也不是废的，我和他们不同，也没特别想红，不需要每天守着手机得到谁的赞同，也没错，我是特别另类很烫手，不需要跟着你的潮流自己走着秀，也没错，我真的是早就有成够，早已好情绪淡定把这看得透，先不要太低把记忆，特别着急的会的能力，差点熟悉 B B 都他妈。Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah， 也没错，我是特别另类的，就不是他们每天嘴上必备的，也没错，我是特别另类的，那么你不懂就我不懂，也不是废的，我和他们不同，也没特别想红，不需要每天守着手机得到谁的赞同，也没错，我是特别另类很烫手，不需要跟着你的潮流自己走着秀，也没错，我真的是早就有成够，早已好情绪淡定把这看得透，先不要太低把记忆，特别着急的会的能力，差点熟悉 B B 都他妈。Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah， 也没错，我是特别另类的，就不是他们每天嘴上必备的，也没错，我是特别另类的，那么你不懂就我不懂，也不是废的，我和他们不 同，也没特别想红，不需要每天守着手机得到谁的赞同，也没错，我是特别令人很烫手，不需要跟着你的潮流，自己走着秀，也没错，我真的是早就有成功，早已好情绪淡定，把这看得透，先不要太低能吧唧，特别着急都会的能力，差点抄袭 B B 都他妈。耶耶耶耶耶耶，也没错，我是特别另类的，就不是他们每天嘴上必备的，也没错，我是特别另类的，那么地不